Job description and personal specification. By the end of this session, you should be able to identify the purpose of a job description and a personal specification. You should also be able to construct a job description and a personal specification for a job of your own choice. Okay, let's start by looking at some background into all this. So when a potential vacancy arises, then a business will typically look to try and fill that vacancy with the best candidate. Doing this means that the company is typically not going to waste time trying to recruit the ideal person for the job role. As a result of this, they're going to have a more effective recruitment and selection process. Job descriptions and personal specifications typically can be drawn up by the department that the vacancies arose in, so people get together, sit down and discuss what they're looking for in an ideal world. It could be done with the current job holder listing the tasks and duties that they have to undertake as part of their role and responsibility. Or it could be when the current job holder is actually being interviewed and asked what they do on a daily basis. Of course, doing the latter makes you think that the management didn't know what they were up to in the first place. However, they're the typical methods that are used to try and recruit and draw up a personal specification and job specification. Let's start with the basics. A job description. A job description is a document that summarises the main details about a job. The applicant should know exactly what type of job they're applying for and the terms of the contract that they're agreeing to. Typically, you only have to fulfil what's written in your job description. So if it's not in your job description, you don't have to actually do it. So what do you think? If BeeBusinessBee was looking for someone to work on designing and managing a website, what information would you expect to see in the job description? You may want to pause the video now while you think about this. Discuss it with your teacher or write the answers down. Okay, you may have come up with some of the following suggestions that I've got in my job description here. So, job title, the contract type, the location where the job will be carried out, a description of the business, so what you're going to do in the business and what we do, the purpose of the actual job that you're going to do, the main tasks around the job, what hours of work you'll have, any pay and benefits, promotion opportunities potentially for the person in the post, and who they're accountable to, who they answer to. So let's go through and try and complete this for B and the post that we looked at. So the job title will be a website designer stroke manager. They'll be part-time, working 10 hours per week. And they're going to be working from their own home because obviously B doesn't have an office to work from. His hive is purely for his little Burker bees. Now you've got a description of what B's business is all about. So you can see that BeeBusinessBee is an online website that provides business educational resources for students and teachers. Now you've got the purpose of the job to ensure that BeeBusinessBee online content appeals to its target audience. Now you've got the main tasks that you'll be doing in the job. So it's going to be adding content to the website, design a new website, produce website features. As we covered already, it's going to be 10 hours per week where you're working. You'll be paid £6.50 per hour. There'll be no fringe benefits in this role because you won't have a mobile phone or you won't have company healthcare to pay for you. So you're just going to get a basic rate of £6.50 per hour. Promotion opportunities. You will have the chance to become a full-time member of the business in the future if the business growth continues, which of course you're going to be responsible for. And accountability wise, you're going to be responsible to answering to B, and you're not going to be responsible for anybody else in the business. And that's a very clear job description. So you now know everything you've got to do in that role if you apply for that position. Now we can look at the personal specification. This is a document that lists the essential and desirable qualifications, skills and attributes of the required person. The applicant ideally should know exactly what skills, attributes and qualifications are going to be required for them to do this role, so that hopefully they'll only apply if they feel that they're going to meet the requirements. So what do you think? If BeeBusinessBee was looking for somebody to work on designing and managing the website, what information would you expect to see in the personal specification? You should pause the video now, discuss it with your teacher, and write down some answers. As you can see, this could be something that your job description potentially looks like. So you've got the department, the job title, the vacancy reference number, and then you've got these columns which say essential and desirable. And that means, in simple terms, is it essential to the job, or is it desirable that we would like you to have these sort of traits or qualifications? So then we've got attainments and qualifications, competency profile, attitude and skills, and deposition. So let's go into more detail. So the department you're going to be working in is the online media department. The job title, as we've already established, is going to be a website designer stroke manager. The vacancy reference, I have called it BEEWEB1. Of course, this could be any sort of code that the business uses internally. This is so that when I'm talking to Mr. Hardman about who we should appoint and which adverts we've got out in the news, we can look it up and see which one we've got for BWeb. Okay, now look at the attainments and qualifications section. You can see very clearly here that essentially we're looking for 5 GCSEs at A star to C, including English, Maths, Business and ICT. So they are critical. We want our applicant to have those GCSEs. Without that, we won't shortlist them and give them an interview. However, it would be desirable if they have 8 GCSEs at A star to C, including English, Maths, Business and IT, and they also have an A level in ICT and Business. So that's what we're looking for in an ideal world. They may have more qualifications than that still. In our competency profile, we're looking for essentially somebody who's able to code in basic HTML language, so hypertext markup language. We're also looking for somebody who's able to work well as part of a team. Where desirably, we'll be looking for somebody who can actually use web authoring packages and is able to use digital media packages such as Photoshop. Now, as you can see there, those are competent skills. So we're looking really at what sort of competent skills have people got, what can they do, what are they competent at in that area. Aptitude and skills. So we're looking essentially for somebody who's got good problem solving, numeracy, literacy and ICT skills. So they're essential skills that we're looking for. We want somebody who can do all of those. But desirably, we'll also be looking at somebody who's got good computer linguistic skills so they can program in a numerous number of languages, because that would be beneficial for the business. Disposition. As you can see, essential skills that we're looking for are somebody who's organised, polite and confident. Whereas desirable skills we're looking for is somebody who's a natural leader, they're patient and they're dedicated. And now we have a complete personal specification for the ideal person to take our role as a website designer stroke manager at BeeBusinessBee. Okay, now it's over to you. Now you've seen how to construct a job description and a personal specification, you should attempt to do this for a job of your own choice. This could be your current part-time job that you're in. It could be a job that you wish to apply for in the future, or your chosen ideal career, or it could be one that just takes your interest. However, you need to ensure that you've got a personal specification and a job description for that job. This needs to be kept in a word process document as well. Okay, that's it. You should now be able to identify the purpose of a job description and a personal specification. You should also be able to construct a job description and a personal specification. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, it's @BeeBusinessBee. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/BeeBusinessBee. Or remember to check out the website, beebusinessbee.co.uk. And until next time, keep buzzing.